just tell me to move. Okay, we're here on the outside. We're going to do part 2, the engine compartment. What you would do is just simply release the straps. I already did the one on the driver's side, but you just pull it up and then remove it, and then go around to the front, pull on the hood. Now, my wife brought up a good point. They're going to want you to take your keys out when you leave the vehicle. They're not going to want to see you leave the vehicle with the keys in or the engine running. Okay, so just a couple things over here. First of all, you want to mention that this engine has a serpentine belt that runs the alternator, the water pump, the fan, and also the air conditioner. Okay, you want to tell them that the serpentine belt is snug, no more than 3/4 inch slack. It's not cracked, worn, or frayed. You also want to make sure you get an overall view of the engine compartment, making sure that none of the hoses are leaking and there's no wires hanging. Also, again, checking underneath the engine to make sure there's nothing, fluids are dripping from underneath the engine. Okay, so here we go. We're going to check our radiator. It is securely mounted. There's no missing nuts and bolts. Not bent, cracked, broken, or worn. And naturally, it's not leaking. Anything that holds fluid or air can't leak. Then we check our radiator reservoir. Mounted securely. No missing nuts and bolts. Not bent, cracked, broken, or worn. Not leaking. Going to check the fluid level in the reservoir. There's really no sight glass, so with the engine cool, I would remove the cap and actually look inside to make sure the level's at the safe range. Okay, then I'm going to come down and check the water pump. Now, the water pump's going to be hard to see. It's way down in here, and make sure you tell them the water pump is also belt driven. Make sure it's mounted securely, no missing nuts and bolts. It's not bent, cracked, broken, or worn. Naturally, it's not leaking. All the hoses are secure, not worn, not leaking. Come up to the alternator. Again, this is also belt driven. The alternator secure, no missing nuts and bolts, not bent, cracked, broken, or worn. Make sure all the wiring is snug. It's not worn. There's no bare wires exposed. Okay. Excuse me?
Secure.
Then my wife said I make sure they tell them it's secure. Okay. And they're pretty technical about the wording, so we want to try to use the proper wording. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to check on this side is my exhaust system. So I'm going to come back and I'm checking my exhaust system. First, I want to make sure the exhaust system is secure. There's no missing clamps or hangers. I want to make sure there's no major damage to the system, no holes or dents or cracks. But the big thing is to tell the examiner you're looking for exhaust leaks by checking for carbon deposit or soot. So we're in pretty good shape here. So now I'm going to walk around to the driver's side where there's some more items that need to be checked.